Packed my bags last night, pre-flight, 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a cat by then. I miss the earth so much, I miss my life. It's lonely out in space. On such a tireless flight. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time to touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. No, 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 no. I'm a rocket man. A rocket man burning out his fuse up here alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. Hi there, my name is Aaron Short and welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed my little performance there. I've decided that I'm going to review some musical movies, even documentaries, stories of famous bands and singers, anything musical related, even musicals, anything that I find inspirational or interesting. Inspirational or interesting. And it'll be an uncut video. I hope you enjoy it. Grab yourself a coffee or a cup of tea and join me as I just discuss these movies and the musicians and the music in it. And although I do enjoy watching music, as much as I enjoy watching movie reviews myself, I really want to just talk about the music as well. So as you can see, I just played the song Rocketman. I'm talking about the new Rocketman movie. And I loved going back to revisit that song because when you listen to the original, wow. I mean, Elton John, especially early Elton John, is so good. And his songwriting, his voice, his band, the recordings, and as a singer, just the way he uses his voice and the inflections and the note choices, it's really inspiring. I love it. Now, I always loved Elton John growing up, but he was one of the first people I heard. I was a piano player, and I asked my parents, like, oh, who should I listen to? And one of those people was Elton John. So I've always been a fan of Elton John. And when I heard this movie was releasing, I was really excited. Remember the trailer looked so awesome, and then the Queen movie was coming out. And I remember all my shows for that, leading up to the release date, I would say to people on the microphone, hey, anyone seen the new Elton John movie yet? And it was so weird because no one, I think one person, there goes a Rocketman now. I live near the airport. One person in a string of gigs had seen this movie. And I wondered why it wasn't like a huge success. The trailer looks so good, it's Elton John. Well, I've had a chance now. I mean, I must admit, I didn't go and see it myself. I've now purchased the movie on iTunes, and I suggest you do the same. It's an excellent movie. Now, like a lot of these movies, the facts are not all true. Some are, and some are not. And I think that's disappointing. As a musician, I think I want to see the real truth. I'm so interested. I've always been fascinated with how musicians get started, how they think, how they work. And I really want to see the truth in a movie. I mean, there's one scene, I'm going to have some spoilers from here on out. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, please watch it and then come back later. But there's one scene where Elton John is choosing his name from Reginald Dwight. And in the car, he says to his bandmate, I'm going to be called Elton. And that's true. Apparently that is true. But then the name John came from another band member or a musician they were supporting. Another musician anyway, Long John Baldry, so John. And in the movie they show him as playing the piano at the initial audition to be an artist, and he chooses the name John Lennon from a poster of the Beatles. Now I don't know why. Why do this? Why do they do this? I'd love to know the reason. I'd love to have a list of facts in that movie that are true, that are not true, and why they chose to change them. I mean, maybe Elton John just maybe he did think of that name as well. Maybe there's a reason. I don't know, but I'd love to know. But on the whole, it is very accurate. Historically, on the whole, it's very accurate. Sorry, I need more coffee. And I really loved it. It was quite a gripping movie, actually. Now, it's quite a depressing movie because Elton John, like a lot of artists, had a very hard upbringing. His father is depicted in the movie as not supporting him at all. His mother is a bit, on the fence about everything. His grandmother, as often is the case with grandmothers and grandfathers, is the one that supported him and encouraged him and indeed took him to music. Now, maybe the parents were busy, had their own problems going on, but the grandmother is the one to thank for his journey. One thing I wasn't aware of is that he has the ability to hear a song and just play it. I don't know if he's got perfect pitch, but he's got an incredible ear, and it seems he always has had an incredible ear. And again, as a musician, that's something you should be working on all the time, and I'm guilty for not working on it. Forget those tabs, forget all this stuff, forget the YouTube videos, but not mine. But, listen to music and work it out by ear. Get your ear trained. When I recorded the song at the beginning of this video, I kept going back and listening for bad notes. Now, I'm not saying I got all the notes perfect. Indeed, I didn't, I'm sure. But if I heard a bad one, I was aware of it. I went back, I redid it. And that all comes from hearing things correctly. So really work on ear training. I'll do some videos on ear training. I think it's really important. It really is. As a musician, if your ears aren't good, then it doesn't matter what technique or ability you have, because you need to be listening to what you're doing and using that as a tool. Anyway, another amazing thing from this movie, I mean, of course, Elton John and Bernie Taupin, two of the most prolific and best writers of our time. Lennon and McCartney, arguably above them. But I didn't realize that I knew they worked separately, but I didn't realize they never, ever, ever worked in the same room. Bernie would literally write the lyrics, and then Elton would hand them or send them to Elton, and Elton would sit down and write the song, usually in one shot. That's incredible, and they've been doing that their whole lives. I mean, it's amazing that Elton John has survived. He says himself he had a big run-in with addiction. It's amazing he survived. It's amazing that the friendship and the songwriting partnership survived between them and never went stale. I mean, talk about having writer's block or something. It's phenomenal. Bernie Taupin, how many songs has he written continuously? How many amazing songs has he written? Elton John, how many amazing melodies and chord arrangements has he written? I mean, it's amazing. Like, I know he toured. It's very interesting that he toured with these bands in the early days in bluesology before he became a solo artist. But as a youngster, he was writing Your Song, Border Song, these amazing tunes with these amazing chord progressions. He had some training at the academy, but these amazing pop. I mean, again, look at the chord structures in today's pop music. They're so boring and predictable. E minor, C, G, D. We've got a hit. No. Take a look at Your Song. Take a look at, guess that's why they call it the blues. Now, they're not way out there. They're not like new age jazz in their approach. They're just very clever, very interesting, still very accessible chord progressions. And again, the way that he sings and the way he phrases melodies. It's not that we can't sing them back, but he has such a great personality in them. It's really great. So yeah, it's quite a depressing movie at times. But at the end of the day, it's from his perspective, and it's to show at the end of the day that he got through that. He made peace with all that, and he became a better person, which was a nice story. And the way that Dexter Flexter, that's not right. The way Dexter Fletcher showed that is really great. Great director. I remember watching him years ago on TV in England. But a really well done movie. I mean, it's not easy, is it? A lot of people give these type of movies a hard time. But what are you going to do? Just show a movie about someone's life from A to B? Not many people have an interesting enough life to make that a great movie. I understand the approach they took with this movie in the way that they made it like a musical and showed it from the perspective of him in rehab. at the meetings. That was great. It was clever. Not once did I get bored. I thought the pacing was pretty great overall. I mean, I'm not a movie expert. I know nothing about movies. But I just know I was gripped. And maybe I was gripped because I love Elton John. But if you like Elton John, you should see this movie. If you're into musicians, you should see this movie. If you just want to see a good movie, I recommend the movie. I really do. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to watch it again. And like I said, as a musician, it's a real eye-opener. Wow, the guy was talented, creative, always writing. Whatever you think about him as a person, and again, the drugs were involved here, what a prolific writer. I mean, to me, it sounds corny, but Elton John is music. He's been around since Elvis, right? He's been around since those days, and he's still creating songs now. It's amazing. Absolutely incredible life, incredible person. I have seen him live several times. I wish I could meet him one day. I've just been a huge fan my whole life. Even though I play more guitar now than piano, I love his piano playing. If I see him play piano, I want to play again. He's so fun to watch. He's such a great musician. Wow. So if you're interested in music, you have to watch the movie. And please comment below what you think, if you agree with me. If there's anything I missed, let me know. If you like this, please subscribe. I'm going to do some more of these. I'm going to do the Queen movie and a lot of others. I might even do some of the things like The Wedding Singer too. Of course, Walk the Line. Wow, what a movie. Yeah, I'll be looking at more. So I hope you like the format of this review. I'll give it a 5 out of 5 stars. If I'm going to have a star rating, it would get a 5 out of 5. Again, I just kind of wish the facts were accurate, but how can they be, I guess? I wish they would provide like a list inside the DVD booklet or on the extras. I wish they'd go through the things they changed and why they changed them. Actually, that'd be very interesting. But a great movie, inspiring movie. Musicians, go and watch it. And until next time, I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.